It's a new day in the workroom and I am having some mixed emotions. I am very happy to walk in here with a win from last week and now I'm at 2 wins. But walking in here without one of my best friends in this competition, my rock, my Alice. I will really miss her. It just proves one bad week could be your last, and being so close to the season 12 finale, I need to keep my head in the game, and hopefully I can score the final win of the season, and go back-to-back wins? It's possible, it all depends on the challenge we have.
Walking in today without Alice is absolutely crazy. When I saw her for the first time, I thought this girl is making it to the end with me, and also Marshmallow, I knew she was gonna do well. But Alice, I'm shocked, and I'm sorry to Alice for sending you home, but girl, you gave me quite the fight in our lip sync, and I came out the winner. That was my first time lip syncing for my life, and I need to make sure that the only time I'll be lip syncing now will be for that crown, and having that video message from my Tekken sister, Ling Xiaoyu last week was the motivation I needed.
I am honestly the happiest queen in the world right now. No Miss Finster, no Glacian, and most importantly, no Alice. I pulled off something so wicked, so sinister, so amazing last week, and steal Alice's jokes, and it worked. She's no longer here, she bombed the challenge, and now I have opened up this competition even more for us. Alice was the clear front runner and I had to put a stop to it. But I am going to try and be nice today. I had a video message off my father last week in Untucked. He was telling me I should be nicer to these queens. Sir, you made me this way. You used to tell me to be ruthless, be villainous, and now you're changing your ways? Well, I am going to try, but I'm not making promises.
This is the final day. We are all walking into this workroom together as the final 4. I was hoping that this week would be the finale and I would be one step closer to the crown, but we have another week to get through and another challenge on the way. There's 2 queens from Premiere 1 and 2 queens from Premiere 2. Now we have to battle it out to see which Premiere will stand tall as the supreme, and I got a feeling it's Premiere 2. Let's hope for another comedy challenge, haha.
The queens gather round and they congratulate Marshmallow once more for winning the challenge last week, and they congratulate Kazumi for surviving the lip sync. They thank them. Marshmallow tells the queens it still feels so strange not having Alice here. Kazumi nods and said all it takes is one bad week and you're done. Blacephalon chuckles, or have someone come steal your jokes because you couldn't think of any. They all laugh.
Here he goes already. Oh haha, Blacephalon, you're so funny that you couldn't win the roast. I only stole those jokes because I knew Alice wouldn't see it coming. My jokes were perfectly funny.
Ivy looks to Blacephalon and rolls her eyes. Blacephalon asks, why are you rolling your eyes? Ivy said she's not going into it with him, she wants to enjoy this day drama-free. Kazumi chuckling said, yeah, you should enjoy this drama-free because it'll be your last day here. They all laugh. Ivy said she's the only queen here to not land in the bottom 2 at all, unlike some. Marshmallow said you were close. Ivy tells Marshmallow she was only in the bottom because of her team Glaceon and Goldine, that Marshmallow assigned. Marshmallow chuckling said that was a great moment.
Honestly, sugars, that moment of me pairing up Goldine and Glaceon after weeks of drama with them both, was probably one of my favorite moments in this entire competition, and that whole elimination was crazy. But my favorite moment in this competition was being reunited with one of my favorite people in the entire world, and my biggest supporter, Linda Belcher, on the makeover challenge. I'll never forget it. It would have been incredible to have won that challenge, but I was happy in the top.
Marshmallow asks the queens what was their favorite moment in this competition. Ivy chuckling said, seeing you in the bottom 2. Marshmallow laughs. Ivy said she's joking and her favorite moment was last week, stealing Alice's jokes and her going home. Marshmallow said interesting, very interesting. Blacephalon said his favorite moment was winning the snatch game as Corey King playing Michael Jackson. Marshmallow said she loved that and it was so unexpected. Blacephalon said he was debating on being just Michael Jackson, but he wanted to take that risk and the risk paid off for him. Kazumi nods and said her favorite moment was winning the lip sync slay-off, something she's incredibly good at, being recognized and rewarded with the win. Ivy said she hated that because she lost her lip sync to Kazumi. They all laugh.
Oh, Ivy, you really thought you stood a chance against me during our lip sync in the slay-off. Girl, I ate you up and I will gladly do so again. But that will be hard because I am planning on staying out of the bottom for this next challenge, because I have to make it to the finale. I need to be the first Tekken queen to reach the finale in Cartoon Drag Race. But not Cartoon Drag Race history. because my sister Josie Rizal has made it to the finale of Cartoon Drag Race Philippines. I am rooting for the Boom Boom doll.
Blacephalon Curious asks what do they think will be the last challenge of the season. Ivy said what makes you think this is the last challenge, RuPaul could do a top 2? Marshmello said this is very reminiscent of season 7, with the double premiere, the 3 design challenges in a row, and a most likely top 3 finale. Kazumi asked does anyone remember what the final challenge of that season was? Blacephalon says he thinks it was another design challenge. Kazumi smiling said she will be very happy with that. Marshmello said, no it was the ball. Ivy nods and said it wasn't it and she is so ready for it.
Well, if we were to have a ball as our next challenge, I'll be fine. I won a design challenge and my runways have been top tier. I think me and Kazumi will happily skate by to the finale, whilst both Blacephalon and Marshmello struggle.
Kazumi said she won the first design challenge and Marshmello was in the top for it. Ivy looked to Marshmello and said you were in the top and that she doesn't remember? Marshmello said yes she was and that's because they weren't on the same premiere. Blacephalon laughs and said that he and Ivy were in the top for their premiere's design challenge but Abby won, then Ivy won the merged design challenge and he and Kazumi were in the top. Ivy nods and looked to Marshmello and said good luck and blew a kiss to her. Marshmello laughs and said you will need all the luck.
I thought she was supposed to start being nice, that lasted all of 5 minutes, gosh she thinks she can read us but Ivy girl, your reads are awful, my dead grandmother could do better than that. She steals someone's jokes and thinks she's the top dog. No honey, I am the top dog here and this bitch bites, so watch out.
Ivy says she don't remember Marshmello being in the top for the design challenge on Premiere 1. No shit, you were on the second premiere, girl are you stupid? You've mentioned how many times about Premiere 2 being the best and at the moment, it's not looking good for us. Because Marshmello scored another win for Premiere 1 last week, and if our feeling about this challenge being the ball, this could be any of our win, we are all pretty good designers and there will not be a glue gun in sight.
Hello, hello, hello!
It's RuPaul, walking into the workroom of season 12 for the last time. I'm actually a little emotional right now. But good emotions, and if we are going to have a ball as our last challenge, then I'm pretty sure I got this in the bag. But I cannot be too sure, we're all pretty good designers.
My queens, you did it, you made it to the top 4 of season 12, and I am so proud of you all. But the top 4 will become the top 3, and yes I've overheard your conversations. This will be the final challenge of the season.
Not RuPaul listening in on our conversations. But I'm happy she did because she's just confirmed this is the last challenge of the season, and it's actually getting a little too real. The finale is next week, I am praying that I make it, because right now my track record is probably the weaker out of the 4 of us. But all it takes is me winning this challenge and once again I am a contender for the crown.
And what is this final challenge you may ask? Well you guessed correctly, we are throwing a ball.
We all had a feeling it was going to be the ball, but now knowing it is, my mindset, I know exactly what I want to create, whether it be with fabrics or unconventional materials. I am ready to get that sewing machine back out.
And not just any ball, we are throwing the Queen of Cards ball. Inspired by the playing card suits.
Oh how convenient, a ball inspired by playing cards. Production really wanted to push Alice, and then this ball would push her to the finale, and I kinda ruined their plans but they still had to go with the challenge. I just know they were not happy with me, but it's RuPaul who has the final say.
You will service not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 5 looks on this runway.
5 looks? Is RuPaul insane? Wow, this is definitely the final challenge alright, I've never known such things. 5 looks on a runway. Kinda makes sense to have 1 look for each of the suits, but what would be the 5th?
Your first look, hearts, on the sleeve, a romantic, emotional, or heartbreak themed look. Your second look, diamonds are a queen's best friend, dripping in opulence, crystal studded, jewel toned, high glamour. Your third look, club to death, go edgy and dark. A black club inspired look with leather, spikes, underground glamour. Your fourth look, Garden of Spades, inspired by all things nature, and a dramatic spade-shaped floral headpiece. And for your final look, you will create a look from scratch, using nothing but playing cards.
Sugars, this is wild. We gotta showcase 5 looks on this runway, that's 20 runways total. and one being completely made of playing cards. I'm sure we will be allowed a base to work around, but honestly, this is my type of a challenge. I work better with unconventional materials than I do with fabric, so I am actually looking forward to this challenge. It brings me back to the days I started doing drag, making looks out of anything that could be made into an outfit.
I thought we were going to have fabric, but playing cards. I haven't used them before when creating a look, so this will be fun. But I am a talented designer, and I already have this concept in my head for the look I want to do. But doing it with playing cards is going to be interesting. This is just a tiny hurdle I have to jump over.
I know this is a lot to do, but this is the final challenge after all, and I know the 4 of you are capable of it. All 4 of you are talented designers, and most importantly, you're talented queens, and all of you deserve this place in the top 4. Now I will see you on the main stage, so good luck and don't fuck this up.
That little moment with RuPaul just then was amazing. She truly believes in us, but why not take us all to the finale? But it's a little late now. I have a ball to win, and then on to the crown.
Kazumi and Marshmello are working on their designs. Kazumi said this is going to be one of the harder challenges of the season. Marshmello nods and said it is indeed. Marshmello then said to Kazumi for her not to worry, she has so many gowns, beautiful gowns at her station, and she will smash this challenge because she's also an incredible designer. Kazumi thanks Marshmello and said she's not very experienced when it comes to working with playing cards.
I just love Marshmello, and it's a shame Alice is not here with us. We should have been the top 3 of the season. But this challenge is a challenge, alright. I don't know if I'll be able to sew through these playing cards. I've never used this type of material, but I will have no choice. I guess I could always use a glue gun, but that's against my code of being a designer. But I just need a puncher, some heavy-duty thread and patience. Wish me luck.
Sugars, I can see how nervous Kazumi is with these materials, and me? Well, I'm used to it, but my sister isn't, and I'm not going to sit back and watch her stress. If she needs my help, I'll help her. We are going into this finale together. I won't create the outfit for her, but I'll give her some pointers.
Kazumi looking to Marshmello and asks, is she nervous for this challenge? Marshmello said a little bit. She's more nervous for the 4 other runways because she doesn't think her runways are on the same level as the others. Kazumi asks her why does she think that? Marshmello said she didn't spend a lot of money on her outfits, and that could jeopardize her. Kazumi looks to Marshmello and asks her to show her diamonds look. Marshmello pulls out her look for the diamonds category. Kazumi gasps and said it's absolutely stunning. Marshmello asked her, really? She's not faking, is she? Kazumi said it's breathtaking, and she's absolutely serious. Marshmello thanks Kazumi and said to her she thought it looked cheap. Kazumi said it looks like you spent over $25,000 on this look alone. Marshmello gasps and said, really? Kazumi chuckling asks her how much did she pay for it if she don't mind revealing. Marshmello chuckling said she don't mind and she only paid around $500 for it. Kazumi said money well spent.
Oh, that means so much to me, because I was actually a little worried that my runways will let me down in this challenge, because I didn't spend so much money on them. I didn't spend a lot on my runway package. My diamonds look was the one I was most nervous for because that's the most expensive thing I brought with me, and it cost me $500. That's a whole booking fee for me, but I'm so thankful to make it onto this show, because my fee has gone up massively, haha.
Honestly, my reaction was so real. I was actually stunned by Marshmello's diamonds look. It looked like it was worth $25,000, but the fact she spent $500 on it, I applaud you, sister, because I don't really want to say how much I spent for my diamonds look, but $15,000 is a lot of money. But now I have to get on with this dress I have planned with these playing cards. I really hope it turns out the way I want to. I can also see Marshmello eyeing up my design. I don't really know what she's doing, but I'm not concerned. I know she wouldn't pull an Ivy.
Kazumi curious asked Marshmello, is something wrong with her outfit? Marshmello said absolutely not, and asks why does she ask? Kazumi said she could see her looking. Marshmello said she was just observing her technique and Kazumi is doing a great job with it. Kazumi thanks Marshmello and said yes, she's punching holes into each card and threading them together. Marshmello said if she needs any help with that to let her know, she will be happy to help her. Kazumi thanks Marshmello and said she should be fine, and looks to Marshmello and said the same to her. Marshmello thanks Kazumi and said she should be fine, she's sewing her outfit. Kazumi shocked said, you're gonna sew through that card? Marshmallow nodded and asked Kazumi to wish her luck that it doesn't fall apart on her. Kazumi chuckling said she's praying for her. And they both laugh and bond, whilst creating their outfits. Blacephalon and Ivy are working on their design for the Queen of Cards ball. Ivy asks Blacephalon does he think this challenge was set for Alice to win?
Wait, what is she on about? Why has Alice's name left her mouth? Alice, sweetie, I am so sorry that Ivy cannot keep your name out her mouth. My goodness, it's like having Glacian mentioning Goldine all the time. And no, I don't think this challenge was set for Alice to win. Because Alice can't sew, she uses a glue gun.
Blacephalon looks to Ivy and told her no, he doesn't think this challenge was set up for Alice to win, and why is she talking about Alice, she's gone. Ivy said she's just trying to make conversation with him. Blacephalon said he appreciates her trying, but bringing up Alice is not the way to go, and said she's worse than Glaceon talking about Goldine right now.
How dare he compare me to Glacian? I'm 10 times the better queen than she is. Geez, I was only trying to start a conversation with him. It's not my fault he's boring, and just being focused, he needs to let loose a bit honestly.
Ivy shakes her head and said she's only trying to have a conversation. Blacephalon said there's plenty to talk about and you bring up Alice, you're obsessed with her, why? Ivy said she's not obsessed with her, she just don't like her. Blacephalon said Alice is a lovely person and he can't wait to see her again soon. Ivy chuckling said you probably will be meeting her soon by the looks of the outfit you're making. Blacephalon asks what's wrong with his outfit. Ivy said she don't like it, he should scrap it. Blacephalon laughs and said you're not a judge, so he don't quite care for her opinion on his outfit. Ivy said you should care, because she knows high fashion, and all Blacephalon knows is clown.
And here we go with a clown read. I just laugh because the moment a queen brings up clown is the moment I lose interest. If you're going to read me for filth, clown this, clown that. I've heard it all before. I don't know how she thinks playing cards are clown-like. I have a couple jokers, but that's it. She's worrying about my outfit. Has she seen hers, or lack of hers? Because where is the dress? I don't think she's even thought of a concept yet. With not much time remaining, you better focus on your own design than mine, bitch.
Blacephalon just smiles. Ivy said she's joking, by the way, she just wanted to have some fun. Blacephalon said he's glad she's having fun on what will be her last day here. Ivy, confused, said she's not going anywhere. Blacephalon asks when's her outfit going to make an appearance. Ivy said when she gets an idea, and asks Blacephalon is the card easy to sew. Blacephalon said he's not having any issues with his. Blacephalon chuckles and said if you're gonna have a hard time with the sewing and because you love Alice so much, why not use a glue gun?
Absolutely no way in hell will I touch a glue gun, and we only have one glue gun here and it's been used by that queen I will not mention, because apparently I'm saying her name a lot, and allegedly I'm obsessed with her, which by the way is not true. But it looks like the card is easy to sew. Blacephalon's outfit is coming along great, and I've had a glance over at Kazumi's and Marshmallow's and they're looking great, and then mine. I currently have nothing. I just need some creativity and then my outfit shall come to life.
Ivy tells Blacephalon she will not touch a glue gun, because it was held by she who must not be named. Blacephalon laughs and said Alice is not Lord Voldemort, you're crazy. Ivy said is she crazy? Blacephalon says yes. Ivy said am I really? Blacephalon nods, and tells her you're nuts. Ivy said she loves nuts, especially in her mouth. Blacephalon said you've gone too far. Ivy said she may have. They both laugh.
I think this challenge is really getting to Ivy. She's going crazy, and I need to focus. I don't know why she has decided to join my workstation. I guess it's because the others do not want her with them. And I don't blame them. I don't really want her with me, but I guess I'll have to cope with her. We probably got a little bond, I guess, being the last two queens from our premiere. But my outfit is coming along great, I love it. And like I said, I don't care what Ivy has to say about my outfit, she is not the judge, only RuPaul can judge my outfit. And I know for sure she definitely will be, so I have to make it perfect.
Ivy looking to Blacephalon and told him she's got an idea on what she will do for this challenge. Blacephalon said it's about time, and does she even have the time for it? Ivy said of course she does, she's a talented designer, and then tells Blacephalon you've been working all this time on your outfit for it to look shit. Blacephalon shakes his head and tells her to stop and focus on her own outfit. Ivy said fine and begins working on her outfit.
I finally have come up with an idea for my outfit. I just needed to have some fun and let the creativity come to me naturally. And now the sewing begins. It's like being back home. I usually have music on in the background to help me focus. But girl, it's so quiet in here. All you can hear is the noise of a sewing machine. Can we get a radio in here?
As the queens are sewing, Ivy starts singing Halo by Beyoncé very loudly.
What the fuck is that noise? It sounds like a dying cat. Oh wait, it's just Ivy singing, if you can call it that. It's actually really annoying. Is she doing this on purpose to annoy us? I guess it's working.
Marshmello and Kazumi are trying to work on their outfits. Kazumi looks to Marshmello and said, "Is Ivy for real? She keeps singing that song over and over." Marshmello said she can't even sing it properly, she needs to either shut up or lip sync it because it's starting to piss her off. Kazumi agreed and said she really needs to stop because she can't concentrate. Marshmello agreed and said she feels bad for Blacephalon for having to put up with her behavior. Kazumi, frustrated, looks to production and asks them to tell Ivy to shut up. They do nothing. Marshmello tells Kazumi she will be back.
Oh god, I think Marshmello is going to knock her out. Because why the hell am I hearing Halo being sung for like the 10th time? I know what Ivy is trying to do. I'm not stupid. Good luck to her because Marshmello is not playing about. Hit her good for me, sister.
Ivy still singing Halo for what is now the 12th time. Blacephalon just looks at her and said, "Is she done?" Ivy, ignoring him, continues singing. But before Blacephalon could say anything, Marshmello appears at their station and taps Ivy on the shoulders. Ivy, startled, asked her what does she want. Marshmello told Ivy to shut the fuck up, or she will make her shut up. They're all trying to concentrate on their outfits, and she is being incredibly rude and obnoxious. Ivy, confused, said, "Was she too loud?" Marshmello just looks to her and told her very loud, and she needs to stop. Ivy tuts and rolls her eyes and said fine whatever, and stays silent. Blacephalon thanks Marshmello. Marshmello just winks at him and heads back to her station.
I think she got the message loud and clear, and I could see the relief from Blacephalon. Don't worry, sugar, Marshmello saved the day.
I'm so angry. Why didn't anyone tell me to be quiet? And why did Marshmello approach me? Ugh, maybe I should have stolen her jokes last week whilst I was at her table. I'm more angry at Blacephalon because he did not even tell me to be quiet, and he's right next to me. He's so fake it's unreal.
Ivy, looking to Blacephalon and asks why didn't he ask her to be quiet. Blacephalon tells her he did, multiple times. Ivy said she didn't hear him. Blacephalon said that's the point, you didn't because you were so loud. Ivy tells him whatever and don't talk to her, it's distracting. Blacephalon, confused, said okay then and carries on with his outfit. And they both work on their outfits sitting in silence.
Thank you, Marshmello. I needed that, because I tried to get her to stop multiple times, but she kept blanking me and ignoring me. She claims not to hear me. Of course you didn't because you were busy singing Halo, out of tune and awful, may I add. If I were Beyoncé, I would sue her ass for butchering her iconic song.
Kazumi thanks Marshmello for whatever she did, because she can hear herself think again. Marshmello laughs and told her no problem, it was getting too much. Kazumi agreed and said the first time was fair enough, have your moment, but when it was the 10th, girl, give it up. Marshmello laughs, and asks Kazumi how is she getting along with her outfit. Kazumi said it's coming along so good, she never thought she would make an outfit using cards, but it's turning out great. Marshmello looks over and said you don't need any help? Kazumi thanks Marshmello and said no, she got this. Kazumi then glances at Marshmello's and said that is honestly so sickening and she cannot wait to see it on Marshmello. Marshmello thanks Kazumi and tells her she can't wait to put it on as well. They both laugh and continue making their outfits. Marshmello slayed the challenge.
Sugars, RuPaul was in awe of my entire runway package, including the outfit I made. RuPaul had to sit through 20 runways and I know for sure she loved mine. The moment I walked out in my diamonds look, she gasped. I've never had this type of reaction to any of my looks, and today was that day. I'm very confident that I will be advancing to the finale, but you never know, anything can happen.
Blacephalon, Kazumi, Mishima and Ivy had a great performance.
Even with Ivy's awful singing. I didn't do that bad. The judges loved my design, they absolutely loved my club's look. I served up something very different in every category. I showed I can serve glamour, I can serve camp, I can serve up some clown. I definitely showed my uniqueness tonight. I know RuPaul loved it.
Just like that, we finished our final challenge of season 12, and it was incredible. It was also quite stressful. This was definitely a challenge, alright. Presenting 5 looks was honestly so sickening. I love fashion, I love designing, but working with the card was something I just wasn't used to. But if I make it in the top, I will actually continue using card in my designs when I get home.
Honestly, when I stopped singing and focused on my outfit, the talent pouring out of my machine was immense, and I am so proud of what I created with material I've never used. I just know the queens are so jealous of my reactions I had from the judges. It's going to be hard to tell who's winning this challenge, and I know for sure it's gonna be me.
Welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race Season 12. Let me introduce to you my judging panel tonight. Up first, she is fashion icon, and my right-hand gal, she is the Season 8 champion, she is Musa. And up next, she is the powerhouse of Cartoon Drag Race, our Season 11 champion, she is Cynthia. And our extra special guest judge, she's decided to pick up the phone, she is our Season 6 champion, she is Queen of Hearts. Welcome home, darling. Our final maxi challenge, we challenged our queens to present 5 looks on this runway, one being completely made from playing cards. Now racers, start your engines, and may the best drag queen win. Now let the judging commence. Marshmello, congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge, and you will be going to next week's grand finale.
Oh my god, sugars, I did it. I won the final challenge of the season, and I won back-to-back challenges. I could cry right now, because never did I think a queen like myself would make it onto this show, never mind making it to the grand finale. Thank you so much, RuPaul, this means so much to me.
Kazumi Mishima, great job this week, and congratulations, you will also be making the grand finale next week.
I am so happy right now to be stood on this runway, next to one of my dearest friends, and both of us making it to the finale together. I could cry. Congratulations, Marshmello, for winning this challenge, you deserved it. Now I have to mentally prepare myself, because I'm a fucking finalist. A big shout out to my sisters Christy and Ling Xiaoyu. This is for the Tekken Divas.
Blacephalon and Ivy, you also did a great job this week, but I am sorry, my dears, you are both up for elimination.
2 queens stand before me. Ladies, this is your last chance to impress me and save yourself from elimination. The time has come for you to lip sync for your life.
Well, this is not how I imagined my day going. Me in the bottom once again. This is now my 3rd time here. But one thing about me, I will turn this lip sync out. Congratulations, Marshmello and Kazumi. That spot in the top could have gone to any of us. Even RuPaul said we all did great, but this is the game. 2 of us have to lip sync, and it's unfortunately myself and this psychopath. And I will have great pleasure sending her home.
I'm actually so pissed, because I should have been the one in the top. My outfit and my runway package was 10 times better than the trash Marshmello presented, and even what Kazumi presented. I can't believe I've now got a stain on my track record. I was hoping to get to the finale without being in the bottom 2, but I guess making sure Alice went home last week has its comeuppance. But I'm in the bottom with Blacephalon. I'm not worried, I know I can perform better than he can. What's he gonna do? A moonwalk again? Girl, save it, we've seen it before.
The lip sync song is Rude Boy by Rihanna. Ivy had a great lip sync, Blacephalon had a good lip sync.
Ladies, I've made my decision.
Ivy.
Shantae, you stay.
Blacephalon.
Now, sashay away.
Thank you so much for allowing a queen like me to be on this show, to showcase my drag and my craft. I love you so much, and good luck to you all in the finale. Sephi is out of here.
So I want to hear from our super fans. Who do you think deserves the crown?
Are you Team Marshmello, Team Kazumi, or are you Team Ivy? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our grand finale. Now let's go untuck.
This is Untucked.
The queens unwind and untuck. They congratulate Marshmello for winning the challenge, and they congratulate Ivy for surviving the lip sync. They thank each other. Kazumi said she can't believe it's the finale next week. Ivy agreed and said she knew this would be the top 3 of the season, to be honest, and asked Marshmello and Kazumi did they feel the same? Marshmello and Kazumi both said no, and said they seen Alice in the top 3 with them. Ivy said that's fair enough, she was very talented. Ivy then said she wants to apologize for her horrid singing in the workroom today. Kazumi said it's fine, it was just so rude, and asks Ivy did she do it to annoy them? Ivy laughing said no, she just wanted to sing, Marshmallow said, but to sing that one song over and over was wild. Ivy laughing said yeah, it was a bit much and she apologizes once again. They both accept Ivy's apology, but before Ivy could speak they see people approaching them. And it's Musa and Cynthia. The queens all cheer. Musa and Cynthia tell the queens they wanted to come and congratulate them all for making it to the finale, and to take in this moment, because one of them are going to be joining them in the Hall of Fame. Ivy agreed and looked to Marshmallow and Kazumi and said you both will bow before her. Musa laughing said you shouldn't be so confident because anything can happen, and the last time she saw someone this confident before the finale they didn't get crowned. Ivy chuckling said she will be the one to change that, and asks who that queen was. Musa chuckling, said it was her bestie, Lola. They all laugh. Cynthia said she got her crown in the end, third time was the charm. Cynthia looked to all them and told them they all did a fantastic job this season, and said her record is safe. They all laugh. Musa looking to Cynthia and said she can't relate. Marshmallow looking to them both and asks would they ever come back to compete? Cynthia said you never know, she does love winning. Musa said maybe. They all continue bonding, and drinking their cocktails, and celebrate the top 3 of season 12.
Hey, squirrel friend. When one video ends, just open up another one. It's called binge viewing. Go ahead. I support you.